we came out with a lot of energy. I think we caught a team a little bit off guard. They had a hard trip last week, short stay over the weekend. Probably got home, got to change the laundry, and head back out on the road. Shot the ball really well. But, there's some still things we can improve on. Transition defense off turnovers wasn't very good tonight.
You surprised to see you guys up 38 on Utah? This is a pretty good team.
Yes.
What do you think led to that? I mean, you just outlined a few things you want to change, but that was pretty impressive.
No, we had just a little breakaway in the first quarter that separated us after playing the first 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes pretty close. A timeout, and came back out and got some things done really quickly. And then the bench crew came in and just extended it right away. They had really good energy. Number of things, missed shots, rebounds, runouts, little things that we did that were effective against their offense as they kind of sputtered going. And when you shoot that high a percentage, it's awfully hard on a team.
When you were talking pregame about Bynum, how important he is, really involved in both ends tonight. It was kind of an example of how essential he can be, how important he can be to this team.
Right. It's a pretty good example. A lot of interior shots that Utah gets, he disrupted or changed their shots and made them miss. And, helped us out a lot. And inside, obviously he had a lot of opportunities himself.
Is he back yet the way you guys want to see him? Is he still getting there?
You'd have to ask him. I think I said last week, that I thought he was 90% somewhere, what he wants to be. And I think his conditioning is pretty good now. It's just, that little pop that he has on his legs to get up and get a rebound, return with a rebound, and get it back up through the crowd or through traffic.
How do you think Drew's presence has changed Powell defensively?
Well, Powell's a active defender that can do a multitude of things as far as covering space, and he gives them the knowledge that there's someone back there to block the basket, block the lane up, change shots. So I think they work well in tandem.
Going with 7 of 8, and if you look at him since the start of the season, is this his most consistent year since you've come back to coach the team?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think?
I think he's in a really good frame of mind. I think that's always helpful to a player, but his outside shooting is so effective. Before he's doubted, I think, a little bit of his outside shooting, hesitant maybe. This year's not quite so hesitant. Just if he's open, he's taking a shot.
Performances like tonight, where does the time between games go into play in terms of just being able to get that day of rest on Saturday and then get a few practices before tonight?
It really helps the rhythm of the team, although we focused a lot on defense and, somewhat on offense, but not a whole lot. But I just think live legs is the key to basketball in the NBA.
You mentioned breaking it open in the first quarter, and obviously getting a bunch of steals. Is that the true indicator of your defense playing the right way? Because that could be bad patterns by the other team.
Yeah, I think steals sometimes misleads. Golden State's been one of the leaders in steals. I mean, we don't think of them as a great defensive team, but they're a great offensive team because of their steals. But really making teams turn the ball over is an indication of good defense, even though steals might not be part of it. Making them hesitate on a shot, or fumble a ball, or not get quite an accurate spacing out there is really what's the key.
Did you say tonight you guys forced those turnovers as opposed to them making better plays?
There were some we did. I thought they had their share too of turnovers that were unforced.
How much do you think just the comments that Jerry West made to generate a lot of attention in the last few days? How much do you think that had to do with maybe the team's focus or being asked?
Well, I went out and bought omega-3s right away. I knew that I needed to have something youthful to just keep going. I don't know about the team. Can't budge for them.
What are you seeing from Steve over the last?
Steve made some wonderful plays out there offensively, giving guys the ball in positions where they could really work with it. his offense is just a bonus because, you know, he's not looking for a shot, and he's still inadequate and much more than an adequate shooter for us. So, you know, he had a nice game tonight.
You talked beforehand about wanting to have, you know, balanced minutes between him and Fish. I mean, what do you need to see moving forward in games in the future where, you know, you feel comfortable doing that?
Well, it's just about, you know, that group sustaining the effort so that they can stay off the floor. And, you know, not letting runs happen and things like, you know, recovering back into games. I think that's the confidence that they need to have.
Well, Kobe shooting something like 56 or 57% in the last 7 games. Is there anything you like where he's getting shots out of the flow or within the offense going inside first? What would you use to describe that?
Well, you know, his ball handling is probably increased 25% maybe. Taking the ball down in transition a lot, you know, getting the shots he wants, making the plays that he wants in the offensive end. It a lot more expended energy in his game when he has to move out and, you know, do that type of a game, but he's very effective at it when he does. But we could, you know, when Lamar comes in, we can kind of balance it out.
What's the reason for that increase, that 25%?
Moving out to guard spot with, you know, Drew in the lineup and Powell and Ron as forwards.